We are very serious here at Property Source Radio. I'm Brenna Hartman, live in the studio with Pat Coyne, joined by Tasha Palmer from Tushner's Decorating, and also Katie Levin. She's a staff designer, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I think everybody knows that. As much as possible, I try and do it myself, unless if I can talk my husband into doing it, then I go that route. However, I don't know what to do. If you tell me what to do, I can accomplish it myself. But I don't know where to begin. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have a pretty nice house, and my blinds, drapes, whatever, curtains, they're just not, is it formal? They don't have to be formal. They're not professional. They're not professional. You can tell they're not professional, and they drive me nuts. But I don't know what else to do there.
You know what? I think that's really common. Oftentimes, the window covering is the last thing that happens in the room, or people often don't think about what to do with their window. So they've got furnishing probably that they've had for a long time. Maybe they're doing new or recovering their furnishings. They've selected their paint, they've selected their flooring, and then on their windows they just have something they picked up somewhere that was okay at the time, and it's still there. Mm-hmm. But you know, if you look in the magazines, if you look on the decorating shows, the window treatments are always very beautiful, and there's a reason for that. It's because it pulls the room together. It's really the crowning, I don't know, beauty of a room can be the window covering. Mm-hmm. But you need to go custom with your window coverings to get that look. Now, custom doesn't have to mean gloriously, luxurious and expensive at all. You can get very well priced, window coverings for any room in your house.
This day and age with digital, if I were to take a picture of the particular window that's driving me nuts, could I bring it in for you to look at, or is it still better to have you come out and actually measure and visualize what could possibly be there?
That's one of the most fun things that we do at the shop. Is all day long we have people who walking in with quilts and pillows and pictures and magazine pictures and samples, and we lay them out, and we help pull everything all together with what the customer brings in.
Is that what you would call a storyboard? I saw on your website that you also do storyboards. I'm going to let our listeners know that's TushnersDecorating.com. A lot of great stuff on that website, folks. 8 steps to perfect drapes, how to choose the length of your drapes. I mean, great information there.
Or 2815 Monroe Avenue in Brighton/Pittsford.
If you're not on the internet, you got to go into the store, right?
Correct.
What was the question again?
Sorry about that.
See, keep interrupting. Good Lord. Storyboard.
Storyboard. A storyboard is just a term for how we can pull together. If somebody's creating a new look for a room, then what we do is we usually start with something that's already in the room, or something that the person really loves, whether it's a plate, a vase, a piece of art. It might be a carpet. In fact, I have a customer right now in Seneca Falls who's redoing her living room, and what we're using as our inspiration point for her living room is an absolutely beautiful Oriental rug in navies and reds and golds, and that's going to be the starting point for what we do at the room. So the storyboard would be selecting color, fabric, maybe some pictures from a magazine, and pulling it all together on a storyboard, because not everybody can see things in their minds. They need to see things physically in front of them to visualize what a room will look like.
That would be me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what we do is we create a storyboard so that they can see how it all pulls together and looks.
Oh, cool. That would help me a lot.
That's fun. That's what I might need to do. I'm stuck with a couple pieces of furniture that were heirlooms handed down from my in-laws, so there's no putting them anywhere other than in that room, right? So I'm stuck with, and now I've learned that maybe looking at the window first, which is actually huge and beautiful, and it's in the facing the front of my home. Mm-hmm. So maybe that is, I learned today that that's probably what I need to do, is figure out what I'm going to do with the window and then pull the room together around it.
That's a good idea. And if you can, when you bring photos of those heirloom pieces in with you when you come to the shop, then we can actually right there and then pull it all together.
Wow. In like one day?
Yesterday with my client from Seneca Falls, in about 2 hours, we picked flooring, wallpaper, and wallpaper for her foyer, and a color for her dining room for her to bring home to discuss with her husband. We did that all in about 2 hours.
Speaking of that, I have a great tip I forgot to share with you. I wanted to talk about this. I love this. Why can't my husband and I agree on a color? Do you know?
I'm going to pass this one over to Scott McCurdy.
All right.
Okay, Katie, up to you.
Men and women actually see colors differently. Women have more cones, which are light-sensitive receptor cells in their eyes, making them more able to distinguish among the slightest variations in colors. Pat has more rods, which is a different type of receptor cell, and that makes him more responsive to motion, but less attuned to color. Did you know?
Yes, I think more often than not, men are somewhat colorblind.
Mm-hmm.
But if you present the whole area to them, like you don't just come at them with one piece of like fabric or color, and you set it all up as a whole, they're a little bit.
They feel it.
Yeah, they feel it.
They can feel it. Yeah, it must be with that motion. I'm Brenna Hartman here with Pat Coyne and Tasha Palmer. More Property Source Radio coming up after the break. We're going to stay tuned and learn how to paint like a pro.